All right, folks out there, all you Marvel fans, here's a neat piece we've got. Just came in from our consignor. This is Venom from ToyBiz. Now, this is before the Marvel Legends series. This was back when they were doing some pretty neat, fun things. I'm going to show you the size marker so you can see the little bit of a difference between this and the Marvel Legends. Now they're bigger, bulkier, and far more articulated, but back then they had fun little gadgets, fun little gimmicks and tricks. So this is pretty neat. It squirts alien liquid, well, whatever that may mean. I think it means water, but that's up to you to decide, whoever the winning bidder is on this. But check this guy out. Look at him. Oh, man, he's let me actually put him in the camera rather than just waving him around. I don't know what I'm doing there. Let's show him there. I love that Venom figure. Oh, he looks so nice. You know the popularity of this character. He is all the rage of late, and here's an opportunity for you to get not only Venom, but a rarer Venom, since it's a 30-year-old figure before the Marvel Legends. So that's the front of it. We'll get some photos there. We get some photos of the back as well. So it looks like you put the little squirty squirt thing in, and he squirts it out, you know, just like Venom does in the comics. It's well known that he's got a giant backpack thing that squirts out liquid. Weird, I know, but still really fun. So a pretty cool piece right here. You got a chance to see the back of it. You know, your typical shelfware, a little bit of a ding here, slight mark right there. So probably not one that you'd send in to get graded. Maybe, it just wouldn't grade particularly high, I don't think, but one that you definitely want to take out and play with, or at least just display. Now, I do want to point out, can you see that? There's some bending on that card. It may not show up in the, it probably does show in the straight down photos that you'll see in the catalog, but we want to make doubly sure that you know. And of course, it has this KB sticker. We leave those on because we like the provenance that it offers. You know where it came from, and that's just a nice little bit of history. So there you have it. This is from ToyBiz, the Venom from the Marvel Superheroes line. Venom squirting his alien liquid. All right, next up on the block, we have the Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four. Obviously, not all that invisible right here. We'll show the size marker just so you get an idea of the height on this one. Obviously, much, much different than the Marvel Legends version counterpart. A little bit less articulation, some kind of wonkiness. They did not seem to get the proportions right, so she's got that ridiculously tiny neck. See that right there? Around, kind of weird proportioned there. Her head might float away at any moment, but still a really neat piece. Just an old throwback. And look at that. The Cosmic Defenders mention right there. When was the last time you heard of the Marvel Cosmic Defenders? So that's kind of cool. She comes with a catapult power launcher. The thing I love about these pre-Marvel Legends ToyBiz from the early 90s, I think around 93, 94, yes, 1994. What I love about those, and we'll let you see that. We'll show you the back of the card as well. We'll get some photos for the catalog. What I love about these is that they gave them gimmicks, kind of like the, I guess they weren't competing against the Kenner DC line at the time. I don't know where they came up with that, but they decided to put gimmicks on all of these, something that you don't really see other than the Build-A-Figure in the Marvel Legends line. So this is kind of neat. She comes with her invisible catapult. What that does, I don't really know, but, you know, she's known for catapulting, I guess. You know, all those comics where she catapults. But you put her on the catapult and she sends out this. That actually kind of reminds me, for those of you who remember it, the old crossbows and catapults game. Remember these little things in the crossbows and catapults? Larger, but still similar. So it's kind of like that, and at least that is invisible. It's clear see-through plastic. So it's a nice little addition. Corny and kind of gimmicky, but a nice addition nonetheless, and I'm glad that they did it. It does have the KB sticker on it right there, as you can see. We leave that on because I like the provenance. I will show you around. That bubble on there is nice and tight. It's clear. You can see straight through to the other side. All around, this is a pretty good let's shine the light all around that card, but I don't see any damage. I don't see any issues with it. It's a pretty nice looking card for the most part. A little bit of bending right there, if you can see that in the card. But overall, pretty nice. A little bit of wear maybe right here, some scuffs. Just your typical shelf wear. So there you have it. This is the Marvel Superheroes line back in the day from 1994 from ToyBiz. This is the Invisible Woman. All right, next up on the block. This piece is interesting for a number of reasons. This is Marvel Superheroes from ToyBiz. This was back around 93, 94, before the Marvel Legends series. I'm going to point out a couple of interesting things. The first is we'll mention the KB sticker. It's got that. We leave that on simply because it's got some nice provenance to it. KB is long gone, so we leave that little bit of history there. You remember it fondly when you get this figure in your hands. You look at that and you think, "Oh man, I remember KB." 2, it's from ToyBiz before Marvel Legends, so it's a slightly different size, different level of articulation, and of course they throw in a crazy gimmick to it, so that's fun. And 3, check out Daredevil's costume. Who remembers this costume from the mid to late 90s when he had this for just a little while? Just like Spidey changes up his suit every now and again, and a few years after this, maybe right around this time, Superman had changed his costume. So this was the black and red kind of chevron one. This was when he was kind of a... Well, anyway, this is his with the silver accents. So you don't see this at all. I don't know if there was ever a Marvel Legends produced of this particular version of him. So he's a snapshot in time of when Daredevil looked like that. I'm going to flip him over so you can see the back as well. We'll get a couple of shots of that for the catalog. We got a little piece of fuzz or dirt on it. I don't know what that is, but it's gone now. And you can see all the other ones. He does come with his gimmick, which is just a launching grappling hook. Why? Nobody knows. If they were super gung-ho about adding that gimmick to somebody. You think it might have been Spider-Man and call it a web. Who knows why anybody does anything. But I'll show you the back of it here. You can see just your typical shelfware. Nothing major. No issues with the card. I'm feeling something on the bubble on the other side, and we'll get to that in a moment. If anything, maybe this little bit of bending at the corner. That's about it. Oh, that's what I'm feeling. I'm just feeling this exclusive Marvel t-shirt offer inside. Pocket around there. You can see where the light hits everything. Looks like that card might just... I'm sorry, not the card, but the bubble might be just beginning to... maybe that's just the dust. Maybe it's a little bit of clouding to it right before it starts to yellow. Let's show you that right there. Can you see it? So slight discoloration as you look through down to the white underneath, but overall pretty good. And of course you can remove that KB sticker if you like. We are not going to do that. We let that up to you if you prefer to display it that way, or if you like to have that old bit of history to it, all the better. So there you have it. That's Marvel Superheroes from ToyBiz. This is Daredevil. Next up on the block, we've got a nice piece for you. This is from 1994-ish. This is U.S. Agent. Such a fun piece right here. First I thought it was Captain America, and then I looked at it and I realized, oh no, it's wearing the the U.S. Agent costume. So who remembers this character? This was a fun one right here. I'm not going to get into the details of that storyline, but if you head back to 1994, you don't see this too often. He does come with his shield and an interesting bit of gimmick. He's got that shield launcher. Can you see that on the back here? Got that little shield launcher. I'm going to put this marker here so you can see the size of the card and, of course, the size of the figure. Slightly different scale than the other ToyBiz Marvel Legends, so it's an interesting piece of history. It's interesting because it's the U.S. Agent, and of course it's interesting because of this. We did leave on that, I don't know what Dreamscape Comics was, but we did leave this on just because it's a nice bit of history, old toy shops, etc. We love to leave that provenance. You're certainly welcome to remove that if you like, but we wanted to give you that opportunity rather than remove it here in the gallery. I'll show you the card, light waviness to it, and of course you can see straight through to the bottom there, so it's fairly clear bubble. No damage to the bubble at all that I can feel or see. And let's look at the card. I'll let the light shine on it so you can see all the goodness, all the nooks and crannies. We'll flip it over and we'll do the same on the back. Maybe a little bit of bending right here. And surprisingly, the J-tag is starting to yellow, but not the bubble. So there you have it. From Marvel and ToyBiz in 1994, here it is, the Marvel Superheroes U.S. Agent.